What's your name, and where are we, and what the hell are you doing here?
Okay, hi, I am Murrugun the Mystic. I am also known by Scott Nelson. I'm a professional fakir, mystic. I basically am really when it boils down to it, I'm a professional stuntman, but what I really do and is known for is swallowing swords, eating fire, and doing very dangerous tricks.
How did you get into doing stunts?
I grew up with Evil Knievel. You know, we watched Evil Knievel. And we were out there trying to emulate him, you know, and just get out there and, you know, try jumping stuff with, basically, homemade ramps and stuff like that, and jumping, garbage cans. But I had a interest in magic when I was like maybe about 7 or 8, when my dad went to a magic shop and bought a magic trick, and I really liked it, and I wanted to learn how to manipulate cards because I saw all this great stuff, that I couldn't figure out with card tricks. But here I am, 8 years old, my hands are this big, the cards are overwhelming, they're too big, and I kind of just gave it up. But it came all back around later in life.
It's funny, stunt, magicians, even fitness, they kind of are all in the same world. Who was a favorite magician of yours?
Harry Houdini. Well, actually, no. He was not a magician. He was an escape artist. That's what he was known for. He was actually a really terrible, well, not the greatest magician, but not as great as everybody thinks. He was an escapologist. He was the king of handcuffs, period. Straight jacket, all of that stuff. But not really a good magician. As far as magicians, wow, Chung Ling Soo, who ended up turning, they found out later when he had died from doing a trick that went wrong. They found out his name was William Robinson, and he'd been pretending to be a Chinese magician for years and years and years and years. And they got him to the hospital and took off his shirt and noticed that, here's the makeup. And, so it surprised people when it came out the next day that it was an American pretending to be this Chinese magician the whole time.
Now, what are you mainly known for, and how did you get the name? How did you come up with that?
The name. There is a god in Tamil that is the keeper of sharp things. It's the son of Shiva. Murrugan. M-U-R-A-G-A-N. Murrugan. That is the real spelling of it, but I changed it in order not to infringe on anyone's divinity.
And you're mainly known for what?
Mainly my sword swallowing and the extreme human pincushion act, which involves taking bicycle-sized diameter pieces of steel rod that has been sharpened and a handle bent on the other, and running them completely through muscle tissue. You can see the scars. It's not bruising, that's scars from running it completely through my biceps. And you can see the hundreds of times it's come out the opposite side.
Holy shit.
They go through my forearms, biceps. I take one and stick it underneath my tongue and push it out until it comes out the bottom of my chin.
How did you start doing that? And when was the first time, how old were you when you first did it? And what made you do that?
Now here's where it all kind of ties in. My grandmother was a reverend of Metaphysics, and when I was about 11 years old, they decided that maybe I should learn meditation and it would calm me down at school, because I wasn't interested in what they were teaching me. I had no interest, so I was a handful. But my grandmother taught me this around when I was about 11 years old, and it was something that I knew, but I didn't apply it because I'm a kid. Why I don't see any use for that. You know, when you're a kid, you don't have any worries. You know, so you know, is meditation really necessary when you're a child? You know, no. But it served well later in life because I'm actually have gotten to the point where I can slow my heart rate down. Uh, actually, stop myself from bleeding because I've lowered my heart rate, which in turn lowers the blood pressure. So that when I pull the skewers out, there's no blood.
So talk about how important that is. I do the same meditation. It's very, very good, not only for your health, for your breathing and everything, and it helps slow the aging process if you're doing everything right too. So obviously, you know, physically and mentally, you need that.
Oh, of course, yes, by all means. And I believe that life is probably already written out for you. You just have to follow the dialogue and keep going. This was all kind of meant to be. I was a machinist for years, and I never thought any of this would do anything. I mean, I thought, well, you know, who would be interested in this? And turns out a lot of people were interested in it. When I was machining, I got a call from Las Vegas to go out and do a show out there. You know, one of the 83 shows in Las Vegas at the time. And I've gotten asked to be the star, basically, of the show while the star was out touring. So I was very fortunate with that.
The first thing going through your mind when you get that call, what did you do at that moment? Because this changed things for you.
As far as
When you got that call, yeah.
Which call?
The one
in Vegas. You know, I really didn't think it was going to do anything. I mean, he had me go down to a hotel. I met him in his room. I showed him everything. I didn't think much of it, to tell you the truth, because I didn't really think, you know, any of that stuff was going to happen. I couldn't see it happening that way, but it did. So I call it fate and destiny.
How was the show when you first did it? What was that like?
Well, I had to do rehearsals and so forth just to get the rhythm of the show down. Learned a lot about stage etiquette quickly, which I'm really thankful for, because there's points where people in what I do in the sideshow world have a tendency to forget things and not remember, you know, this person is with you on this show, and reintroduce them, or, you know, acknowledge at the end of the show for their participation. There's some people who forget and just stand right in front of you in camera shots, you know, and that's where you know, got to tell them, you know, hey, you need to kneel down, you know. If not, I'll just walk around, get in front of you and kneel down. I don't have a problem doing that.
What's your preparation like? Because there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. Obviously, a lot of people don't know this, and not anyone can do this, can they?
Anyone can do it.
Really?
Yeah. It's just a matter of practice. I mean, anything's possible as far as what I'm doing, and even more. Self-healing is kind of my big thing. I have a meditation technique I use for rapid healing. So something that I may have stuck completely through my bicep the week before, you'll see me a week later, there's no scab or nothing. It'll already be healed, over, and done.
That's incredible.
Yes, thank you.
And you mainly do, what do you work out of mainly?
I street perform a lot, but mainly I try to keep doing television, movies, that kind of thing. Television commercials, whatever it takes to pay the bills.
And you're going to do what today for us?
I am, tomorrow is actually my birthday on 7/14. Here's an interesting thing about my birth. I was born on 7/14 at 7:14 a.m. I weighed 7 pounds, 14 ounces, and I was 21 inches long, which is 7 and 14. I've never taken it to a numerologist, but I don't care to.
That's interesting.
Yeah, let's not figure any more out. Just let it go. But what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be setting a world record for the longest sword swallowed into my stomach. That I will be swallowing a sword completely into my stomach, and it will be measured from tip to the top of my lips. I mean, you can take a 30-inch sword and not swallow it all the way.
and we get to see you do this later.
Yes, it will be filmed and documented. Everybody will be signing a witness, really, basically I witnessed this, putting their email in case they need to be contacted by Guinness. And hopefully they'll go ahead and accept it. But I also try to give them some promotion by going down to the museum and actually doing it. So I work deals with them on occasion for something brand new. That's what I did with Ripley's. Ripley's is great people.
What do you like about them?
What I like about Ripley's?
Yeah.
I was fascinated with it since I was 7 years old. I went to San Francisco and saw the museum up there. I just thought it was the coolest thing I had ever seen in my entire life. All of these, stuff that's just unbelievable. It's you can't fathom it. A Lincoln log house made out of pennies, all just stacked like Lincoln logs. I always loved the Chinese guy that had the hole in his head that would put the candle in top of his head to light the way. Because apparently I think he was a servant or something. Just the incredible things that you see in Ripley's. There's so many of these things. They're all hard to remember, but certain ones stick out, certain ones don't.
What's a favorite trick of yours that you haven't done yet that you've just been dying to do?
Yeah, I know. I made this mistake earlier, and I remember this, so I'm correcting myself. Basically, what I do is a presentation, because it's not a trick really, as far as like the definition of trick and magician, because I'm not a magician, at least by the standards of being a manipulator of cards or coins or stuff like that. I forgot where we were at right there.
You were correcting yourself on a question.
Oh, yes. That, what I do is a performance, and not so much a trick. One of the favorite things I like doing, I got a lot of them. I'll lay on a bed of nails and find the heaviest people I can find to stand on top of me. One time I did a red and white party, which is a Hells Angels party, and there's some big guys in the Hells Angels, and I found 4 of the biggest ones I could find that day and had them stand on top of me on a bed of nails, which ended up being, when they added it all up, 1,230 pounds. So over a half a ton was on top of me for about anywhere between 5 and 10 seconds. Yeah, that was tough.
What's a favorite charity of yours if you have one, and why if you do have one?
Autism. Every year, as long as I'm at Seaport Village, where I street perform on occasions, I'll make sure that I go there for Autism Awareness Week and give money up for that, because it's easily accessible. It's right there. They've invited me to do it. I don't have to put much into it, but collect the hats and donate the money. So That's what I did last year. I basically did 3 shows and gave them 3/4 of the money because I needed some gas.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, if anything comes up on me where I have a chance or an opportunity, yeah, I'll definitely, consider it, of course. Um,
How can people see you? Where can people from around the world see you? And do you have a Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram account?
yes, I have a Facebook account,
What is that one?
which is Murrugun, capital T, dot Mystic. Murrugun is spelled Murrugun, the Mystic. But on my Facebook account, they won't let you put the as a middle name, so it's capital T dot Mystic. Murrugun T dot Mystic. You can find me on Twitter under Murrugun. You can find me on Instagram as Murrugun. You can find me via Vine and what's the other new one? Cinescope or CinemaScope.
Vine
Yeah, well, Vine
and Tumblr?
and Tumblr, and there's a brand new one, brand new app. Don't remember the name of it at the time.
And where can
You
you
can
see-
always look me up on Google. You'll find tons and tons of stuff. Just put in Murrugun the Mystic in Google, and you'll find everything you need to find about me.
And where can we see you performing?
You can see me performing at Seaport Village on the weekends as long as I'm in town. This weekend I don't know yet for sure, but I'll probably be gone filming. I do a lot of movies, television, try to keep in the media so that I've always got work because you can never work hard enough at this.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.